Hey fam, this week on the Mommy Club, your Ms Manche and Mrs Mops went out on a little thing, right? And they looked so divine. Let me tell you, it got so dramatic. Like, ne? So as Miss Manche was reciting the story of the conversation between herself and Her Majesty, she was then interrupted by Mrs. Mob saying, Mara friend, do you not think that little Noah was a bit wild? Yo, guys, she lost her marbles, let me tell you. Like, she was just like, Wakala, Liwena. And she then proceeded to just throw stuff like telling amanzi and pushed glasses and stuff like off the table. Yo, guys, it was just messy. And then she walked away. Okay, then Mrs. Mops then called her a short little, which I cannot say here, ne? Okay, fine. This whole thing just seemed a little staged, ne? But it was so dramatic, guys, because when she walked away, like she stood and lingered downstairs until Mrs. Mops came down and called her back up and apologized. But ke asikho lapho, I just thought the whole drama was unnecessary because the truth of the matter is that child was unruly. You don't do that at 5 years old. Moving right along, Ratile invited Ms Manche to her home just to get to know her. And guys, that was just so weird because Ms Manche had an attitude from the time that she walked in. It was like she has a chip on her shoulder, like she didn't want to be asked questions. Again, how else do you get to know a person? I need you guys need to ask each other. Like for example, umembuza ukuthi, like what happened between your friendship and Gifile Mabode. She was just so standoffish. Like she was just like, nothing happened. We just stopped being friends, which is impossible. Like something must have happened to end that friendship because they were really joined at the hip. Okay, guys, they spoke about their husbands and whatnot. Again, surface level. Like maybe ngafuni ukuba deep abo girl. And shame, man, I feel like Ratile though tried. I mean, she gave her album and shared uguti, look, this is when we got married and stuff like that. But still, Miss Manche had weird reactions on her sit down, like on her interview, because she's like, why unkombisa? Like, why is she? It's like she didn't want to get to know this person, but also why accept the invitation if you know you are not trying to get to know the person. But anyway, they ended up having a great time, even though, yeah, Jolofina came up. Okay, guys, moving right along, they had a special thing planned for Her Majesty. And it's all because this one decided to share, Nunurai shared personal things that Her Majesty shared with her. And yo, guys, after they had the whole rage party and they looked good, and she thought, oh, this is nice. Maybe it's because surface level, what I shared, Uguti, my husband passed on and whatnot, not knowing Uguti, these people know deeper things. Like they know, Uguti, your man was with another woman at the time of death. Guys, after that, they went for dinner. And then someone decided to throw Nunurai under the bus and said, Uguti, it's because of what Nunurai shared. You guys, it seemed as though nothing Nunurai said could get happy to understand that it was not from a malicious place. Anyway, she tried to explain herself, but she clearly wasn't winning. We just can't wait to hear next week whether she does get a chance to express herself. What did you think of this week's episode, fam?